Haya, ngatho cia mwanya mwiroreri wa Muthingi TV na hatakiri ngaje ho giathe kia guhamo gikuyo kiugire kana giathe kia guhane guto nindacokethia na riu na ikereka rito ria kera nindakwirire ikereka rito ria keri gikoragwo ihuru rigi kwaria maundu matiganite na makiria kuhigania nendicoke turuko tukirongereria maundu matiganite munini wa president Rigathi wa Gachagua ni ari kuria county-ini ya Kirinyaga county ire yonekanite ukuru ikihutio na njira nene ni unyi wa dawa cia Kurebia maya mokite riri ambikite campaign ya gutigirira ati mbeu njithi aria mari gitaru-ini giki ni matigirira kana ni makorwo magitigirira ni matiga kunywa dawa ici cia Kurebia na iria kwirikanite ni mathukitie muno mutumia wake muthenya wa ira akiaria ceceni-ini imwe yokinyaniria ni ugire ati ni mambikite rumitaratara itiganite na ni marariria mbeu njithi na aria makiyumiritie kanitha na makiria kanitha itiganite ikionekana ona cio kurugama na thirikari kuga ati mbeu njithi aria marikuo ni tukumathara kuma unyuini wa dawa cia Kurebia muthenya wa muthigiri na mutaramu na uria ugikorwo gika kindu gitagwo introduction akorwo gitura ritwa riake uriekaga na makiriru coke tukohotukirikira nderetino yigie kana yigie kindu gigwitwo addiction ya kindu gitagwo dawa cia Kurebia. Karibu sana mugeni wako huko gwitu kwa Muthingi TV na gakihoka uko sawa na nawarikia wikinyaga yokwira once again karibu gwenda wikiru introduction kugerera kamera no kiugio ria witagwo na uria wikaga tutanakigira debate ni ito ya idhariri.
Thegio Kariuki ndu wa kujita guko na kunikaribisha juke twaranirie na Kenya ona nigetha makiria muno tutwike agutara young tondu kwaria ma we have to take care the next generation tugiaga kumenyerera taruto ogwo mutumia wa munyinyi wa president araria ni kwari kuga ni kugama rucio no twage generation ya gutunyitirira na makirio na ibiri wa gikuyu to tukiaria ma mundu ni akiroraga hake makiria ya tondu na ngima gituika ni marugama na gwaku ni kugwite ri
mundu ni agucagia mwena wa
of course tondu rai kora gwaku kungikigwa ri no na riu mwe maundu no maikoma githukite na koguo ni gitagwo Jini Jerry wa mubiri witagwo Gitau na dimutarani na diramu na maundu ma family kora ugi support family gasoka ga support trauma ni maundu maria wagerire kumoni ni waku rugo yakora olurathi na muturire na bereri maundu magukumakia waririkana warona na thutha those are the traumas and then addiction naho ha ni haria uratumira dawa no ugakora after gutumira dawa ona ciathi na mbere na guthuru kana gukorwo igikorwo i hatari muturire-ini waku ndahota gutigana nacio na koguo ni twitaga addiction kuona ni macina thina no wageria gutiga ndungiho tondu nona mundu wothe aghitie ke kaundu no ne gatiramwagirira ni gutigana atiganaga nako no agikorwo we addicted egukorwo kigwa ginya fara no you can't do without it become actually a life support of some kind.
Karibu sana Madam Jane. Na muthenya wa muthi ndidaturirie uhoro wigi kindu wa hutie kindu gigwitwo addiction. Addiction ni kindu kimwe kirikitie kuria andu ingi na njira nene. Na addiction gwiciria ndio kana andu ni moyo. Addiction ni ya mithemba mingi. Igi kana makiria na kana ngoro hati akiri cia kuifocus te thimu-ini that's an addiction. I am addicted to that phone. Igi kana ngoro na hena addiction ikirehagwo ni dawa. Tondu watotariria watwira atiriri dawa no unywe iguteithie no unginyugwa hinda ria for kwa kahinda karaihu na wicuru ni urutuka addicted ati ndungiruta wira utari na kindu
utari support yo
ndiri hore wigi addiction ndire togwita addiction na makiri hari dawa cia Kurebia niki ikoragwo kana niki kiamba guka meciria-ini maku waigua mundu fulani kana mundu ngania addicted na dawa cia Kurebia.
The Kenya bejugi ati when it comes to addiction tugaga there is chemical and non-chemical addiction. Chemical and non-chemical addiction. Na ruhani hari urakora atiriri ukoretwo ukiremererwo ni undu uyu wigie ni undu wa dawa kana taruto gwari horo wa thimu. So we have social media. Not we addicted to social media. You can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to shopping. So these are some of the non-chemical. So it is not chemical, but you're still addicted. Ugakora mundu ona besha esizegyo guthi kugura kindu. Riu yakinya nyumba nugura itatiga ndagura giki giaki. Yani at the moment hindi wena besha ri ndwiciragia wethie gukagura no kindu kihani gura itatiga gugurira ciana irio naki no hindi we nugurire nguo kana kiratu oko we mutumia kana ngari oko we muthuri na mbeca icio ringi ngirathire kugura kindu kingi kia bata. So that can also be addiction. However ukoraga andu maroraga addiction ya dawa tari oyo njuru no gakora ri ona tukirora horo wa addiction ri ningi ukoraga ukota ni mundu wa kawaida ri aroraga horo wigi njohi akarora fagi cocaine heroin maundu macio no utwike ginya addicted to opioids ici koragwo ci painkillers painkillers wakora mundu na kipana do hindi ciothe
kana piriton niguo kome
mundu ngandikomaga itanyuite kana kahua kana tumasani because all these things they have their own problem
turani atiriri niki gicungagiriria mundu ukorwo na kana niki gicungagiriria kindu iki gwitwa addiction. What causes addiction?
Kaji ukoraga kila gituma mundu atwike addicted to kindu rĩngĩ nĩ peer pressure ugakora rĩngĩ andũ arĩa ũkoretwo ũkĩnyitanĩra nao mena tabia fulani ugakorwo ukifuatirira angĩ ugakora rĩngĩ nĩ self comfort ugakora rĩngĩ tuge ndũrĩ na social life ugakorwo we life yaku rĩ we comfortaga na gacohi kana any other kind of drugs rĩu koguo nĩ ũndũ wa gũkorwo ũikarĩte wiki no gĩciria iki nĩkĩo kĩngĩkũcomfort rĩ so you keep on taking it. Another thing is early exposure ya drugs totari uririkane mundu munini tora tuonaga andu aria makoragwo na ricket kana this migutu na zita nini they have a name magoro
ikushitagwo bogoro
that is ricket actually mwana ucio taru agitwarwo therapy that is basically when they go for the occupational therapy they go koraga he undu mekagwo bao tumakutwa bao tukamagonyora maguru igatwika straight nona the same way nayo dawa kana gaka kaje kunywa gekanini early exposure igonyoraga nayo brain tondu brain iguthiaga ugu wikajia kugonyorwa so as this child continue taking so they become addicted very early because of the early exposure.
Haya kiturani atiriri hindu igire watu gwetera chemical addiction na chemical addiction twari uhoro wa non chemical ici chemical addiction nacio ni iriku?
The chemical addiction rĩ nacio nĩ indo ta njohi nĩ indo ta fagi nĩ indo ta heroin cocaine akina kubel right now there are so many no koraga like in every nation they get indo they are very common ona rĩngĩ ugakora even besides the nations even the counties that what we are so common with like now in Kikuyu land ugakora ni tofauti na kuruta Mombasa ni undu wa access ya porti and all those kind of things no ri wakinya Gikuyu-ini ri urakora njohi na ti njohi cia kawaida rĩngĩ no ikono njohi yo ya bia ugagithie tutu tungi twa kumi na karikari icio makali ugakoraga riu icio ugaikora nowadays tondu ririkane nigetha addiction yuke addiction ndiukaga oro uguo ukoraga riu we no ambiririe ringi njohi ya bia wambiriria ri uria wanyuaga cuba ithatu igakuria tari mundu ura wambiriria ona cuba ya mbere no ikurie no riu uguthie rucio ni undu ringi ni uigura waigua wega tondu nima he handu ihinguragirwo kaigua it is a pressure line ukaigua ni wakena no igua wega riu rucio you likely quad koguo uri uguthi wongereire ri ugakora ona njohi ndiradia
koguo ni kuga ndiri timeline ati addiction ndiri timeline ati ungihuthira kindu fulani kwa ihinda rigana na niguo gutuika addicted ndiri na timeline
addiction ndiri timeline it varies from one person to the other tondu we he uria we na hinya wa gustahimili maundu uria nyitangihota no ndungikona andu makinyua bia mundu akanyua cuba ithatu ukona njia gutugura no ngiakinyete kireti
na uyu wa kireti no tuge ni addiction yake iguru kana
asha kiria wa kireti ekete there is something we call dopamine na dopamine these are transmitters ni indo iria ihotaga gutwarithia information mauhoro taru wona taru tugio thaici hena kindu kiragutamba haha information hiyo nigethe hote kuituka yuke meciria-ini ri kiu gitwaraga ri that's what we call transmitters and dopamine is one of the transmitters na nikionaga mundu taru tuge addicted ri tumakora makomete mutaro kana kamukora fara no akora ginya gitambwo ni kindu no ndaraigua tondu transmitters ciake ri ni they have been messed up with
haya tori horo wigi riri tori horo wigi kindu ta njohi tondu these ino ni kindu na githungu ni kiukitagwo a relatable topic tori horo wa njohi Mount Kenya tutingihota thaici iyo niyo bareria ikirite ki Mount Kenya riwa ndo mahurane nayo ne okutogo ndakwetera ona munini wa president ne ugie kuri county ya Kirinyaga guciria namba ya andu aria makuite ni makiri 11 ithina a very span kanini muno kaihida njohi cia Kurebia na makiria gikuyu-ini turanie tiriri niki kana kuringana nawe tondu wana interact na andu niki kiramacungiriria gukorwo makingira dawa-ini cia Kurebia tutanagucoka kurora kindu gigwitwo consequences.
Nikituge, if you look at the history, kiabiria kia maundu maya mothe, wakoraga njohi ni atumikaga gikuyu-ini kuma tene, but it was functional. As in, it was only used on functions. No undu no imire kuma function, ugioka kawaida. Ni undu wa that feel good thing. Ukaigua kaundu kega, no kenda carry on na that feeling. No kindu ra ucungiriirie muno ringi urakora gikuyu-ini na to gikuyu-ini ni kundu kuingiri. Oro wa wagi wa mawira ri, ni ukoretwo ri na thina munene. Ni todo, first of all, modurume, unlike a woman, do could deal na pressure. And that is now the PR, the pressure ya muturire. Unlike a woman, urakora modurume asukumo hanini re, you know? Alafu, uria modurume spendaga time yake, na mutumia spendaga leisure time yake, ndi tofauti. Rukora leisure time ya mutumia re, wegi mutumia tuge Saturday darathi wira. Esida uria egutheria gwake mucie athie ko na direta guthambia bedroom yakwa direta kuhura kate na gucenjia kate initso mundu mameciria ma mutumia no urakora muthuri weekend atari wira ri esida guthie gucamania na arata nacio kaigi gucamania na arata yari ukoraga icamanirio riao na kaud matingihota kwaria oguo you know so women ukoraga he undu mutumia na magicamania what we call grapevine kana moshene na gikuyuri ukoraga that is moshene in court somehow ni kuragia atumia tondu rigi ukoraga moshene wao ri he nyoni kate-ini cia nyina wang'ania nyironire kina you know na ruaro mere urakora ringi tuge ni mubira ni mathi ko na tarutu ni hindi tukio ni hindi turarikia ni ndimubirite kana ni guthira this African Cup of Nations urakora arume hari maniria ri what is nikira kira imagaria ni razidikisha gashohi na kuko nyodo your focus is there na rumufiro gutekirege uteka 90 minutes na doteka 90 minutes precisely todo riri muthiaga first of all in readiness you know correct mukasoko na wathirari mukajia ku discuss uria muona na ni ukoginya na half time kogu wendaga go take more than 1 hour so in the process uguthiete kunywa gashohi kamwe ugakora ni wanywa igiri ithatu no ugakora nginya inywe aromeri muguranagira njohi no mutingiguranira irio tugera hau ugakora utwathie nawe ja riu ni mutumia ukoraga atiri twathie kuria ri I have no problem kuguria mutumia mwenzangu irio no inywe anaweza kuwa it's a setup ya tuge turari akanyama ona gyoka de muhotu ona gyoka de muhotu koraga muguranagira gashohi and now that is also another problem todo da etari kindu njohi ni ota ko move in the system na ihenya na nikyo gitumaga andu mambe kuria matananywa njohi precisely umenye njohi first of all it's acidity it has a lot of acid in it it's alcohol actually koguo njohi gituma one andu maigira addiction ni hinya muno kore kimundu gitungu atiki addicted kwi njohi tigana fagi na mwisinge mostly njohi atikore kimundu gitungu okora tuigitwo ni very pin ni tondu urakora njohi if you take it on an empty stomach first of all ithia kwajia kuhurana na organs internal organs yaku na unfortunately as you continue taking it ni affectaga appetite ikithie kirwaga appetite koguo urakora mundu ucio ara prefer gikunywa on empty stomach na aka prefer njohi ona ringiti ko prefer te kunywa on empty stomach as they continue going depending on their access ya besha ukoraga given a chance kafanywe ukirari gituna ni atiriri hena ndomogaga atiriri hari na njohi itangi guthukira agimukuga tunginywa bia ni njega no tunginywa cicitagwo wines and spirits ni guthukira ndio kana kuringana na haria we rugamire no na gatako no tiganu gatakati wa mithembe no iri ya njohi tondu ukirikanaga bia ndo ni mekunywa na matiri thina no ici cigwitwo wines and spirits gukirikana ciroraga andu na njira nene ndio kana ni mwe kana niguo kuhana well it is true because you see ethanol that is also a spirit lay they are spirit as you call them that right now ugenyita spirit taru ya twatu magira ginya kirere ya papo umenyite mentholated spirit umehingure umehige haria it will only take a few minutes do okora super camp urigo he ethire nako ona eno tari white spirit in tumagira ku paint nyumba onayo it just evaporate the same way it evaporate it also evaporate into the system na nikiokoraga some of these things tari heno itumagiro na guthambia nguo cia dry cleaning tago okay mwana tari mundu angenyua ri ndiri antidote because antidote ni kindu kiria ungenyua kihote kureverse itautuge ugo kwira gwanga wanyua poison ukaheo iria nigetho tahike anything that has spirit ndugitahika todo ni evaporate into the system and kiethukagia kiria ikaperforate into kutura marima internal organs todo in actual sense yaigira thiini ri yuagira ku ora spiritual right now ungemikunura umeige haria oyo haria kana ihaha ndugionania haria ri
hado tumetro horo igi kindu gitu organisms uri ithukagia indo ici internal organs uri ithukagia those internal organs turania tiriri mundu ranyua the first organ yake guthukio mwiri-ini ikoragwo iririku
mostly ni ini kaingi niyo rithukaga na rithukaga ni tondu wa riri uririkane kindu giothe githia gucungirwo ku ini koguo iyo ciarikia gukinya ndari ku niguo ciambaga gutumwo nigetha ikarute kindu kiuru na kiega tondu ona riu uramitumira kindu kiuru na riu ukoraga atiriri indo ta icio ni overworkaga ini na nikio koraga nginya mundu angimenyera kunywa na bia yenyewe iki na nyama eventually onake no agakorwo na thina koguo eketuge beer and when you talk about beer probably then maybe it has to be good beer still no it can take longer it can only take longer well I think it depends but I think what brewery probably has been doing and I think some of the breweries, maybe some of the breweries. Okay, I've never been a drunkard, so I mean, or even I've never had. I've never drunk in my life, so I don't know much though. However, do you compare beers yenyewe genuine taru muratina tora donaga guka itunya godeka muratina, and it okono dirikane because I remember dirikana athiaga gekira athiaga kahiha kiduna icio ndio citagwo miratina akahiha na kinyamo kigwa kiu agacoka agekira sukari agacoka agekira hani and I remember the same day eko guo twathia tugakunura tugatahia na tukekena muno nyu ndwari sukari kiu you know so if you look at the content indo yothe ndekete nyamu theory surely they are good things the only thing that will happen is fermentation todura sukari ucio kiria wikaga taru kigwa kienyewe kina sukari natural haya sukari wa kawaida it only quicken the process ya fermentation it's actually a catalyst so the natural sugars no shiage move as fast so as much as sukari mwenyewe ni natural of course it has a bit of chemical kuhiuhia the process hiyo alafu magekira ringi uki so if you look at all the content ni dojera Kogo, the only thing this thing will give you, it will give you a feel good, you know, a feeling kega, but it will take a long time to cut to do your effect. In the long run, maybe there's no kurehere thina, tondu ko ri ginta kwifaga ni gukire moni kwifaga, tondu gutire hindi ugitura wiguite wega, kana wiguite oru.
Mudo mogida imehere ohoro gwisi nurathi na benda kuigua rosho. Nikule types of addictions. Do you have type of addiction? Kana addiction no addiction?
Well, like now when you talk about addiction, we are only talking about the two addictions, where is we have non-chemical and chemical. But now when you talk about different types, nigo kiugate where you addicted kwe johi, ni they addicted kwe heroin, ni they addicted kwe cocaine. So basically the addiction always classify kuligana na kirea modu aigereire mono.
Wanashamani na these cases in your profession netuguka hau uhoro ria wikaga.
Yes.
Wanashamani na these cases. Umwe wa udoria ugiuga ati ni washamani kana ni watuganie nago no kigwata wali uhoro muritu muno kana ukiona that was one of the biggest addiction utari weshiria. Do you kana no to a scenario of such cases?
Yeah, addiction ke tuge taru ni goragwo gi support rehab ero itagwo GLC, Greater Life GLC, Greater Life Concern. They must be able to support co every Thursday. I lecture there the whole day on Thursday. Nagama hair counseling. Ni addiction ni ajonete jorumono. First of all, ni duwi gutukania. Gutukania dawa johi. Yani modu andani nikikira domenyeka nikikira kuria. Totaru kwaria mare. Taru gikoro wina murimu fulani re. Iyo nokoro we murimu muru. Othie thibitari, dagitari sione ni murimu muna. Ni uheagwo dawa fulani. And it's just a matter of time before you respond. Ere ukahota kwa kahido gugadi ukakora mwili ni hota kusupportwo ni dawa eno kana kuhonyo ni dawa eno. No nakora mundu yagikwatukanetie mundu ni anywa njohi. Mundu ekarakarine heroinine fagine. Ndamenya kana kikiramuria. Kugwo koraga mugitreat gikiri something else ekaimera. When you need to go precisely. Exactly.
And netukurania danger cio kana ugwati wodo cio niki.
Ugwati wodo cio ni tondu wa riri. Taru nono wodeiga taru mundu na mirimu mingi. Taru tatua mundu ena murimu wa riri. Tugeni agia cancer. Etigo. Agia cancer ri mundu cio eke tutwe na sukari. Mundu cio eke tutwe na blood pressure. But we have such cases. Modern situations ishiode. Ugakora tondu kaige oririkane in psychology we say it is one thing that triggers another one. That pressure ni trigger sukari. You know?
Wow.
Exactly. Or vice versa sometimes. But almost always pressure kaige niyo itogoragire. Leo tuge mundu akina cancer, mundu ena sukari, mundu ena pressure. Leo kora kwina dawa agiheo cia cancer sithukie cia battery pressure makiria na already ena pressure kana siturige gisukari giki you know riu kora mundu uyu ri agitirito haha ni harathukia haha agitirito haha hagathu kana hakongerera haha riu kora mundu ucio rigi ukoraga tiga riu ngai okire okay no situation reke tuge ni horo wa go trust ngai however kwi undu gi complicate muturire waku makiria mundu agiria ukorora hada arigwo ni nako because you see we have things that we call withdrawal syndrome or withdraw withdraw basically ni uria waje tiga kinduri reactions cia cionekanaga
good na nitugukaga hau
exactly rugi koraga atiri ni mwatana na njohi no fangi already he haria manager mutwe you see now ni okoraga ginya andu ingi there's something we call schizophrenia ni kuguruka nikio koraga ginya mundu ni araruga mutwe raithi gukira mundu tumagira raini imwe eko tumagira heroin ona ijuru kavozu wa heroin gukira wa njohi heroin fagi ile udamenyekane nako rukoraga andu tacio ginya rehab center makome na mathina maingi muno
haha watu kwetera horo wigi kindu gigwitwo kana the rehabs na no tukwetera wigi kindu gigwitwo withdraw ndandona andu mekorete hatikaine ya riri mundu ni ahuthagira tuge ni njohi agacoka riwa kambia gutiga mundu ucio kona either kinaina mundu ucio kona ginya kunyita kindu ndarahota tondu guoko wake ni very weak how do you treat mashirata maya muko muge matorithia ati how do you treat such cases?
First of all ilikana heke dujitire dopamine this dopamine toiga ni transmitters na transmitters ishire ni uhoro wa gutwarithia information taru kumenya hena kindu kiragutamba kana kahe uhoro na ndienda respond na nikionaga andu ingi matwikaga magiaga nondo ucio wako hana tai mundu aratondoira itondo rakora you know, information kiraima that is the issue of dopamine ugakora ni athukirie riu ukoraga otoria tuonaga tugetagithia sukari mumias ta mumias ni ahingire no tukirora exactly tugithie baraginyo twende kumenya githiki kiahingire ni kiri kiahingire ni tondu wa importation ya kindu ta sukari ugakoraga sukari roragera kundu ringi tugeta sumari kana kuria kungi Uganda kana kuria kungi uroka ugatwika wiraithi and yet mumias niyo itu so we have something we call natural dopamines ati dai shidule muri unani ndire muri but there is a flow of information there is a flow of thoughts meshiga ni mahota ku ekufagiririka no ugakora atiriri wajia kurehe external
yes
ukoraga njohie we mwe wanyu umuthi unginywa no age kunywa rucio ati na thina etugatuga ukanywa weekend muri nyukurigano kani hari na kindu no wajia ku introduce what happens the natural dopamine start withdrawing. Tondu mwirere, it is so natural such that nemenyaga if it is operating at 100%, it will be operating at 100%. So the moment warehe sukari waja, kogo oko mumia zira operataga at 1,000 kilometric, you know, na nwajia kurehe sukari like to get 200 kilometric, nikuga it is operating now at 800. Kanatigo, ogitwika consistent na 200, you know, yaku manaja. Githige no kirugamire at exactly 800. But now what happens? Why introduce no mwiri thia okidemandaga todo nyamwino already it is not natural.
Yes.
Ruko gokoraga adwaja for example taru koraga ithui sukari wajo ko radio raithi we oko ni wendagia sukari waku no wendagia mumia ugukora ugistari jone neighbors maje kuga ehe nikira ngani na sukari we nathi withi makiria gukira wa gwaku nona aje kuga oguo gakora kaibo mareka ati ni sukari uria ukwajia kurehe nae gwaku nona na kogo people basically prefer sukari we na right gukira weke kogo naguo mwerere ukajia ku prefer dopamine ici iroka na igaku excite tondu yukaga with excitement na ndo ni mendete kindu kujia gukena
atiriri hekiuria nyuma ngori na ndona takirenda kura how to gutoro igi kindu gigwitwo rehabs na ndakuri horo wigi withdrawal ni hari hagia na mundu we addicted na agatuika in such a way that mundu ucio a withdraw kuma kirira huthagira if it is bang if it is cocaine ni johi mundu ucio no lead to death.
Of course it can because you see it will shock the mind itakuria terere like now taru ogoda ko example todo I would like to use something ekedo adu magata ko date na kiyo so easy taru ne ko ria terere yani adu madina be na ko import sukari factory no ihige akahigire it closed ko go na factory yaku ya mwiri ra ekagare eno owae no na mwiri ka with natural dopamine enyihanyihie ni todo rere hede ciothe we wahota tari tuge yone produce the kiro ko ringi 70% we warehe 70 already muri detect ai kai mundu e murwaru why are we producing excess kogo no ginya yoke withdraw ni the balance
tori horo ici ni dawa cia Kurebia andu makome addicted to caffeine mashani ni kuigwa mundu akiuga ati
nyari awo ni mutwe
agiga kunywa cai rucini yani ni je atacio ginya guku kana kahua ni kuigwa ndari sawa. Is that still an addiction niguo? Not to meet addiction. Now that is yo netiganite na drug kana tabarira-ini ni mwe how uria githiro kiuria githia kia mwiri. What can you say about it?
First of all horo shai kana mashani that is not something serious. First of all uria wewe shiragia meshiria maku is very powerful. Ogeshiya you cannot do without it. You will not do without it. Not that easy because mind is very powerful. Ogiwa I can do without it. Taruge ko engage mode ucio fully. Ogihota kumu engage etuge imire hado
atige ru nakiria
atige gwiciria horo ucio meciria make ma withdraw how ogukora uramuhe mai hadu hasa wandaririkana aririkana riri arikorwo ya indo
ne kona withdraw yo no kona na period of time todo he mundu ifuku dathomire kiuga atiriri ogimenyera gwikondo gwa kahinda ka 60 days continually undu cio ru ukoragwo wi habit
that become a habit
niguru ndori atiriri for example that withdraw ugi atiriri for the next 60 days digushoka ni example turahera tikuga is the accurate figure ne gutigana na undu cio no kumanire from that perspective
ikitugi atiriri it is very easy to first of all ne go meshiria maku arafu withdraw hedi ciothe it varies na withdraw from to mundu withdraw kwa saire na coffee re tita mundu withdraw kwa cocaine to mundu withdraw kwa cocaine re actually no ukwe na niko taruonaga Mombasa ugakora mara withdraw makaheo kanini a smaller percentage to ririkana githii giki kia kana okay this factory ya system yaku ya dopamine re already ni affected tugerege the natural production
Yes.
ya dopamine ira operate at reke tuge 40%, 50%, 70% na hautigo.
Yes.
30% you know kuga na wikare nayo complete utarire. It is not so easy. It will take your mind. And I'll say it will take your mind because like now GLC, greater life concern, treatment ya rehab bueno, kagikoragwo mahoya. You put them through prayer and you make them to believe.
Tell us more about GLC. How to recover. Yes.
So greater life concern is a rehab center ya believe ni Bishop Absalom. Na rekejuge for me I've been supporting them for the kazi near my husband. Nyo irone Bishop Osiyokuma Farafara. He was a learned man, but for some reason he just wrecked his life. Na and after I saw what God had done for him, I was like, wow, I would like to support them. And I started working with them. Now actually I was not even a psychologist at the time. I had not done the course of psychology, but I felt like, wow, these are great people. So I've been doing cleaning, fumigation, and landscaping. Ugathiĩ kũu tondũ nĩ agandũ hau mũrango kubwa ũgakora kwĩna ngũngũni kĩciria agenyaje kũmahũrĩra ngũngũni. That is how I actually entered. Ndeje kũmahũrĩra ngũngũni ngamasaplaga rĩngĩ na mbembe ngamateithĩrĩria. But now unfortunately the man passed on, though still at an old age, and he had done great work. And so for me I went on supporting these people. Na rĩu ngũraiga ũhoro wa tuge addiction kana ũrĩa gũthiaga rĩ ta rehab ĩno nĩ ĩteithagia mũno tondũ nĩoyaga andũ kuma streets and then magaicagia sponsor ĩtondũ andũ no nginya makĩria tondũ me street inĩ makĩnyua nyamũ ici mũno rĩ ũkoraga mĩrĩre yao na nĩkĩo nguga aingĩ ao nĩ aceke mũno matirĩ na hinya nĩkĩo maratũgũga na nĩ ũkwarĩtie ũhoro wa kũria mũndũ ũyũ nĩkĩ gĩtũmaga inaine. Dopamine those are natural things that you cannot work without. And angikudio johi kiwa kutorete amenyerete onaga ni stabilize. So what happens? Precisely. Exactly. No ni gukoragwo na dawa masupportagwo nacio which has a lesser effect. Hadu hakumuheo fagi, hadu hakumuheo heroin, heda maheago iteithagĩrĩria icikoragwo na lesser effect. So when you continue using the lesser effect, na agakorwo ni ahota ku relax, na ndari na access ya kindu kiu. But you know your mind is so strong. Because the mind, what you think in your mind affect the feelings. And then the feelings affect the behavior. Ukwaja gwiciria, gashaikau, angake, ugiumata ruha uko wese horo wa kahwa. Nituge no imahago ni digota ko paritare kahwa ukore rikorere hinge ayukunda kofika no ginyo thina mbere no ginyo thina mbere ndakore wa thina mbere ithaa rimwe na kwagere ngikuingurwo kabisa ugikorwo kinywa mai after mai. If that same thing, because we talk about conditioning in psychology, twaragia horo wa conditioning tari kumenya twatwa thukuru kugeiguire ogionire igikinya thaa thita na nuthu kana kuo tatu ureciria wa guthii kuria ureterera kengere. That is what we call conditioning. So if that taruko gituka ngengere ni yaga na gwatika gutiringio kai ugukua somehow you have to wait.
Ketora ni atiriri riu acio ni mwambie kumahe riu tu ha GLC ado acio ni mwambie riu kumahe something lesser lower of kiria marahuthagira
GLC
of the medication that is nitura ni atiriri dopamine yao ni watura it's a natural thing ni gucokereria kana as long as ni abire kura it is comedy tribe ni udongi.
You know God is so faithful. God is really faithful. Na wenga wa Ngai kana system ya mwiriri. And like taru factory te otukwaragia horo wayo ri ediatigire kithoka andu makifutwo ara maheanaga igwa ni mathire makira trust and all that. So the process of rebuilding it can be a long process. But now our system, the beautiful thing about it, first of all ni daiga muno kwi maundu maingi no makuhoya in GLC ni mutwarithagirio muno kahinda kega ga kuhoya. You can spend the whole day of reading the word of God na kumempower self-awareness konia mundu ati ni ari hinya mwiri-ini wake na wamu athire gitugetwa matwara na ti mundu wothe utwaragwo by the way kwi mundu ukaga nake itikia and especially mundu auka mwenye erehete ndike mundu kinyaga handu akona maisha no I cannot carry on tondu rigi urakora uokoro ni tawe rigi nyari na mutumia wina ciana wina aciari wina ari anyukwa na ari anyukwa ni majia ko withdraw from you. Because basically these drugs situmaga wone andu majia gukweherera to mutirateithania nao riu ukoraga kwi mundu for some reason they agakimuteithia akahota kuona no I am suffering so many losses gutire hindi maitu agota kunjeherera mwari wa maitu mutumia wakwa niora you know na ringi oro gakora kweri we ni woginya ndura perform he ukoraga mundu ni esorania mundu kaingia gitukania esorania anyitokio kahinda takau kana mwenye tware rehab ukoraga no korora atumagira mutiramakania by the way no kwani gutukania kanagia aigia ukoraga within 2-3 days nyarugama
haya ha no turohoro wigi kuya the area makere street ni mukamatora ku the process kugwa ko kanate because dagere ku imagine mwana shule ya hana na maybe ginyore society na maybe mudo shio ugutora keri is addicted process ya kumutwara na mukabia kumuhe mentorship ya kahora mugashoka rukumuhe todo gine kita prayers mugasho ne kido muramuhe rukia busobone hakirishi ya kewero maybe atarekaga process yo no tutarerie kandi korabo
kaigira mekaga re todo as I've told you I am actually supporting them but I've set up now a resource I'm setting up a resource center which should start as early as even this week in Naivasha. But now how they do it usually we are trying to support or jirerea muhujio as arumirire taruga ukamakora fara you start talking to them like Murango Kubwa had been such a source for such people na goku town kugura kora adwa shiori uthia mukaja kumari ukaja kumariria marioko so you show them the need etikire ni urite todo guteithia gwake no nginya etikire guteithika uribona gikuria kuria ti kodura inuka on daily basis you have to be there for 3 months and of course nobody want to waste time and again do that force mundu uyu kogo muguthie mwajie kumwariria mwajie kumwonithia tondo ngini kona matonete ati taru tuge wa muonia losses taishoka kuonia atiriri Kariuki na idwari na mutumia athire atia wathire atia mamu na na relationship jega nake wathire atia ndio enyoriragia mamu wanyu tondo arume ingi ni mendete mamu wao muno na kuko higi kwa jogeheti ogwete nyina onaga kaige ajia ginya kurira you know akajia gwicokera maybe by the time na the second third time akakuria atiriri nako wajiraga ri niko na ingiteithika atia okona kedware you know so you take them another thing is that oroko ageni makirehagwo ni andu wao but kodo GLC in particular matiaga andu kia hinya rehab center ni toragwa andu kia hinya agiginya mena fego
by the way that's true na nikigishugegerio ndu ucio kana no kugeria nende cia muciari
ndorege na waci out of guoya na kuna mundu ukuri arwete ukona tindigi kuinya arorete ri nawe mwenye ndarahota gutua matua ri mukamutura matua na ruwa mutura matua macio ri ndu ngumutura matua ucoke ugate ni kumwira ati ni tuthie ndu ti mwana munyia ati ni ukumukua ona ngimuikia ngari na no inya githiaga so kaigi koraga andu amena hinya ri ndu thia mugakaria na borithi na ringi nginya agagikirwo bengo na akarehwo no thina wondu tocio tondu mundu ucio ndetwire cira kaigi ndurastaga
ne watu gwetera ugate ni muthiaga ukwariria andu acio ni makina handu makamwira niki giacungiririe mundu ekuri hatikaini teo like niki giacungiririe mwana ucio ekure street ni na ni hakinya handu ciana cio igakuru ikimuhe rugano ru
the beauty do reki gwere ri wabore he mundu like no even the resource center I'm opening here in Naivasha we are calling it's a Mana College we are getting a branch in Naivasha mundu first of all akakugira araigira in that condition ya kwaga gukorwo emenyete no ithwe ni towe guthinya haha kinyire of course hena gitumi hena ndoria wacungiririe gukinya hau na korwo arikia ru stabilize na kwimenya ri hau ni ho counseling ri igiragira tondu no nginya mundu umukanzo ungimo onogethio muhe treatment na age kumukanzo no furi tondu kiria kia mutwarite hau ri no ari gicoka no kiriuka already gikuo githine wake that trigger is already there okoni ni environment ya kwao andu ria tigire kwao no agakora riu kogo no amurekereria ri
treatment ya age no hena andu mumaga tu ni kwendo uguo makaigwa ni mano mundu akugari let me get the muturiri no igika ige mundu usipaga into addiction at once it's a slow move
andu aria ringi urakorwo nao na kwaga ku face trauma kaingĩ ũkoraga trauma ũndũ ũcio waku wa face reke tuge tarĩ warĩ cukuru wi high school tarĩ tuge mũndũrũme for example because okay addiction right now ina atumia na athuri no ũkoraga arũme aingĩ reke tuge wi high school maybe you are exposed to gayism ĩgũgĩtuĩka no agĩthirwo nawe wĩke mwana no gũkorwo gĩthiĩ ũndũ ũcio ũtekwĩciria mũno no ũgakorwo ikamauta macio tarĩ tũgwe tuona ĩno gayism LGBTQ andũ maramĩoyora ũguo atĩ ũgakora imwana tarĩ ndanakorwo ngĩ-interact na mũndũ agakwĩra as long as niĩ nĩndĩraheo mbeca ndirama nĩwaigua mũndũ agĩkwĩra ũguo but in actual sense rĩu nĩ kwaria tu ũraria tondũ nĩũrona mbeca kahinda nĩgegũkinyana nĩ ũkũnoga and especially reke gũtirĩ hĩndĩ ũngĩanjia kũrĩa irio na maniũrũ to maniũrũ ti makũrĩa maniũrũ nĩ makũhihia
ũndũ mũngĩ ndaimwĩre ũhoro no aria atĩrĩrĩ totigia ndagĩka 10 tũrĩkie no niĩ ndĩraigua ta ngũrĩkia debate ĩno thengi mũndũ ũgwĩtwo Mũrugi Job agakiuga from Laikipia agakiuga na discussion there nĩma ũkombo wa njohi na ndawa cia kũrebia nĩ gũmĩire gĩcigo kĩa Mount Kenya na njĩra nene nĩgũthiĩ ngĩsampũraga some of this kĩrĩa addiction ũguo gwĩtwo ya njohi na niĩ he handũ ngwenda tukadiscuss next time no ndĩraigua ndĩ agitated ũhoro wĩgiĩ trauma no tutanakinya he trauma rĩ he andũ makoragwo me addicted to even sex what leads to that?
Of course, what will lead to that, first of all, the returns. Tarugi korwo tuge nidathi na mũndũ ngaona nĩdainũka na ngiri igĩrĩ ndainũka na ngiri 10 ũkona kaũndũ gaka ti koru you can keep on repeating it. Early exposure to sex can also lead to addiction in sex. Another thing is a family history. Na you know, we have to also consider history of family. What you're predisposed to. Totaru na njohi icio na nginya ndawa cia kũrebia ũngĩkorwo thoguo arĩ na mũndũ ũcio wa maũndũ macio na especially even during conception na nĩkĩo nĩtwĩraga ona andũ aingĩ hĩndĩ ĩrĩa watua cira nĩwenda mwana muthenya ũcio kana kiumia kĩu kana mweri ũcio tikana na indo icio because you give what you have gũtirĩ hĩndĩ ũngĩtahĩka kĩrĩa ũtekũrĩte so it's the same thing. So you pass over that. You pass over that addiction.
That is now in terms of sex. Na tukĩingĩra ũhoro-inĩ ũcio wĩgiĩ this addiction ya sex. Andũ nĩ mahotaga gũka kũmĩ-overcome with time kana rĩu ũndũ ũcio wa kũingĩra ũgacoka ũgatuĩka we wĩ mũndũ wa maybe a family man, a family woman. Tondũ ũhoro ũcio ũyũ ngwĩciria it cuts across topic ginya a certain ona andũ arĩa mahikanĩtie
gũtiramakania na no ũkorwo na mũthuri wa mĩaka onokorwo kwĩna aka wa igana na nĩ arĩ exposed to ũndũ ũcio ayo na igora mĩaka igana ayo ũkorwo nake nĩ acaria twana tũu ĩkotarwo nire mũthuri mũkorwo mũthũngũ haha arateng'erania na twana ũrĩa na gũkũ ngong'u ũrĩa wĩrĩgĩte gwĩka atĩ koguo mĩaka ndĩramakania. The moment you get predisposed to these things and the moment you take that thing no kuona ni ũndũ mwega ũreka ndũĩ ũndũ mũndũ atigaga nĩ kuona ni ũndũ mũru na kuona no wende kũtiga. Where there is a will there is a way. Na koguo kuga atĩ tondũ wahikania ndige ũmaraya rĩ that is neither here nor there because ũcio nĩ ũndũ we ndũngĩ ũyũ nĩ ũndũ wa gũtuĩka ndũranjigania ni koguo we ũkũruta wĩra waku no kũrĩ na ũngĩ Oriuka to the na mbere na wĩra ũrĩkũ
out of all this kido ta the cases iria wanatugana nacio cia people who are addicted to sex no not drugs ni cia kile hando cigakorwo ni uri watugana na maybe mundu agakwira ni mwana maybe mundu ucio na miaka 17 kana ndakinyĩtie 18 no gakwĩka history gake hĩndĩ ĩrĩa ambĩrĩirie ũndũ fulani nĩ tene mũno na rĩu yani a very very scenario ĩrĩa ũtangĩciria we wĩta mũciari kana wĩta counselor
ina kaingĩ ti mĩaka akora kaingĩ mĩaka 17 there's something we call emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence lay nĩ ũhoti wa gũtua matua ũkaga na ũrĩa ũrathiĩ ũkũrĩte rĩ ciĩga ciaku nĩ iria ikinenehaga cia mũtwe gakoragwo kwa kau gaku karĩ kanini kaneneha rĩu na ũhoro wa emotional intelligence lay nĩ ũhoti wa gũtua matua makinyanĩire rĩu ũkoraga atĩrĩ mũndũ wa mĩaka 17 rĩ bado arĩ happy-inĩ ucio ndandere on hau hena thina Koguo koragwo cio ndarona na hena thina ndi uhoro wa miaka 30 40 ri urenda gutiga enda kuhika na ni araremererwo ona kana ni muhiku no muthee athie kana akehitha na hau ona ringinya gutiga muthee gitanda-ini na agathie na hau you see riu hau niho koraga mundu ni aremereire no uguo ugire ri kaundu ga cai ati cai wotua no nginya unywe na ndaga kunywa ni nguriro ni mutwe the mind is very powerful. Ogiwendaga kunywa ni nguriro ni mutwe. That is the result you see because you've already told your system igiaga kunywa ni nguriro ni mutwe. Ogeja kuga what we say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, I am so powerful, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. By the way, those are some of the things we introduced at the rehab. No, introduce athuri agima. But as you continue telling yourself that I can do all things, ona tani gugata udikutagwirire aterere ndida corona debate ya giko ino niyo ya mbere. This is the first one. This is the first one. Na lekejuge dakulina social primary kuma hedio giuma naku ndida corona kaida kauga giko kiega no ne gwirire. I told you dokire gire na giuga negwaria na giko ki but I think so far idageria ona tugeria that is perfect. Na ru rakora aterere nigutua nduire itua koguo ngoretwo ngithie TV cia githungu no riu urakora atiriri githungu kiu ni urakiaria no na gikuki ni watua cira this is my language ni ngumiaria na ru koguo nae no utwitua ati undu kuona undu first of all tarugo ka counseling gwa kwari kira njikaga ni kugeria gukuonithia ni ndikwiraga ni u asha ni ndigukwira ku have sex outside the marriage ati ni uruka ni wega ni tondu riri ndi mutarani I'm also an evangelist however on the evangelist uguo ri muoka gwa kwari ni ndiroko no tikanitha woka tikanitha woka ungihotekeka ri no ari mahau ahonokete gwakwa ni gukuha no ningi woka ri we don't start there tondu ni ukawe muithiramu ni ukawe muhindi but now where we start is we challenge ideas here we sexy ori udocio ri wakuma gwaku gatiga muthuri gitanda-ini urawona atia so you challenge the thoughts tondu wa challenge udocio wa meciria macio ri mutu kukajuga makweri mane oru kai wake muri we muthuri waku ngiuma gitanda-ini gagutiga wongeigua atia kaigua je gukwira mundu ucio no ambia mind yake no ambia ruko so you start now resetting it riu dawa ici ri toni Peteru waiga mutumia waku ni athire waiga mwana waku ni ciana ciaku ni cia gutigire ime na mutumia na mwisho waku ohoro ri atia mufango waku wa thutha ri atia you see so what you want this guy to do ni kuhota gutua matua magikara tondu wajia kumwira it is evil, it is demonic, God doesn't like it, that is neither here nor there.
Marari wakwania na njagire ciugo ciaku gatondu turikirire guku na ngakihoka no wathi na mbere guthoma kaundu kana mere ndende ni kurikia turarikia ni director wakora njira time ni thia na ihenya muno ndenda utwire atirire mundu angienda gukinya GLC agiuka atia na ningi kuria wonekanaga na mundu angienda gukinyira agigukinyira atia.
First of all GLC Eroiro na ndiga ni kuma support ni masupportaga but it's a very good place. I love it especially toni matumagira jira sustainable. Sustainable ni jira mkasira kaya matumagira ri ni gasira kagi last kuri andu ingi unlike rege kundu kungi gutumagirwo itu tatu reigwo kahego kanini haria wonagio njira yaku ya kwimenya na gwicokera na gutikirikira ta gwicokera tondu kitia wicokera wone mahitia maku kaingi mundu ni ageragia kindeithiririe kurugama njira-ini riku njira-ini iyo riu ni hingurite resource center Naivasha Equator House kiria kiratumire ndicirie guthi Naivasha tondu ni ukoretwo na scarcity ya counselors na ningire kejuge it's an area that I have an interest na ni drone na kukwina thina muingi muno na kugo gona ngihigura resource center kuri ni ko giteithiriria andu ingi muno kugo to Equator House Naivasha na namba yakwa ni 0721 568 717 0721 568 717 na rukondo kugure ni ukewe mwenyewe you can learn a bit of the counseling skills nigetha umenye urogota guteithia mundu ungi ona wewe mwenyewe guteithika na kugia na that information ya uria ko ni ta addiction iyo yukaga na uria thukagia ciiga cia mwiri and no uria ungihota kumenya taru for example ni maundu ingeda twariririe in the future uria ungihota kumenya taru mwana waku sukuru ukaja kumenya ai unajeria dawa uwe na behavior kana
atiriri plan no tufage horocio Monday
of course tondu ni undu mwenga muno tondu aciari ingi urakora mundu urathi tukamwana ake ngirire addiction ukari where were you wariku ndini na maundu ma mothe you know
murori wakwa ndai nyareketie kunika na ndagika 8 na ni hau nini hoguko ngikira gaturumo nderetiro ni ile cama na ngwihoka ni ndiraika uria kana uria ngai angihotithia gutigira ati nitudana na andu taya andu uria me society-ini itu andu uria megututeithiriria ni ndereti tutangirikia na ndamu request muthenya wa Monday agoka tuthi na mbere ta we urie we hau mucie wita muciari mwana waku ni atwikite addicted kana ni akoretwo ni ambitie kuingirania maundu matiganite no we ndui nemo maundu mariko ungiona kana some of the signs na gutukiona githungu iria ungikorwo ukirora ugiatirire mwana wakwa ndari agithia high school no agicokereria ri ayambitie gucenjia mwana uri murire wake ri nonekanete
ni tofauti
acio na mangi maingi ni mwandiko yes
guko Nairobi ri ni kugora Egypt House ni kwa twina kiri association ya counseling yes so you can also find me in Nairobi and Naivasha from from Thursday and Friday I'm in Naivasha. Monday to Wednesday the Nairobi yes so you can always call me
all right thank you muno nanda kena nini ni mukene muno Madam Jane ni that information na kila information is power eruri tunimako maiki ni ma appreciate that very much na koguo ngai agituteithia ri ni tugucemanagia mahinda kwa mahinda ni gukituriria ndoya
niguo
tumaririe tumatari haria tungihota na tuhote guthara aria tungihota
amen
tondu tikuga ati ni othe morite ona aria morite ni turamacokia mucii no tugo prevention is better than cure koguo aria matorite ri tutakinyitana tumathara na tumacokie mwena witu niguo kurigiriria ruciaro rwa rucio gukorwo rukiurira tukiuge atia muthenya wa rucio na ngai agitukinyereria cihanda wega thae mwe cia rucini ni ngoka na njikaririe gitigiki ngai akienda githi na mbere na ukumenyithia utauria bũrũri uragithi na mbere na kwiriunga na ageni matiganite aria tugagikorwo nao ngatho cia mwanya ni aria othe twanyitanira nao kuria mwena wa Facebook guthoma kana gukorwo gitambura andu eri kana atatu mundu gwitwo Regina Maina mundu gwitwo Isaac Mwangi mundu gwitwo Murugi Job Kamau Musenango Beris Mwangi mundu gwitwo Shaibu Senior hari na mundu wi haha urakiuga kuma kuria mwena wa Kiamongi Division Gatundu that is Kiambu County asante sana mundu akiuga ati kuma kuria mwena wa Karen usini mundu gwitwo Shaibu Senior asante sana Mwangi Peris akakiuga yes thank you very much tukiuga atia ni hone utongigira gatirumo kuna ni mwene wa rucio na ngai gitukinyaria once again thank you very much
thank you
na ndakena na ngai kwendithĩria muthenya mwega na uromathia gukumia ngai wa muoyo kurathime na wike wega na tigirira ati moko maku kiria mahutia hatire nganja iriho ni yakurogithera maundu moka na mahinda mothe ni nawe twacemania na ojete Kariuki wa Nduati ni gukorwo ngiteka mucio witu ni wa kihumo gia gutherema ni gukwira ati guko ni kwa Muthingi TV tabarira iria yarikia kuinikirira thainya hitukitie ndagika 11 ni tabarira ya igaguriro shalom